Okay. So, before I get started here, I just want to say that this video is for me, right? I made these questions myself. This video is for me to look back on in the future, to see growth and stuff like that. But feel free to take these questions and answer them yourself if you want, because they're good questions. They're good reflection questions, and I think that everybody can use a little reflection sometimes. So, without further ado, my name's Asher, just in case you didn't know that from the other 7 videos I posted. And today, I think today's like April 5th. Today's April 5th, 2026. I literally uploaded a video yesterday, and I'm not going to upload this video today. But I got bored and was like, why not? So I'm filming one today. Doing a Q&A. I'm going to do a Q&A for my future self. A lot of these are pretty deep questions, but I'm going to try to keep this very light. Because it's like 8 in the morning. So. Alright, anyway, let's go. What is your identity / what do you identify as? So, that's a good question, because in the very first video that I posted, I said that I was a transgender man. I am not. I was 17 in the first video I posted, and I'm not saying that your age invalidates your identity. Not at all. More saying I didn't have the tools to properly explore my identity when I was younger, and trans men was the only thing that I had really ever seen that kind of stuck with me and I felt like fit me. And I more think, looking back in my own personal case, I had a fear of femininity. I had a fear of being perceived as, I guess, less than, because in my life, I was raised in the deep south in my life. My family, being a woman is very much, you sit down, you're pretty, stay pretty, mind your business, don't do anything. It's very demeaning. And I really don't think I wanted any part in that, and I think that was my way of expressing that. I don't regret that part of my life at all. And I'm totally veering off the question here. I don't regret that part of my life at all. I don't want it to be like, oh, I was a man, ew. I think it helped me grow into who I am as a person today, and I wouldn't be where I am without that stage of my life. That being said, my voice is different from the first videos because I did go on testosterone. I was on testosterone for about 6 months. And I got off of it because, one, that shit is expensive. I might have to bleep that out, because I don't remember how YouTube is with cuss words, but that stuff is expensive. I was paying like $150 a month for it. I looked so different when I was on it too. I'm not even gonna add a picture of what I looked like while I was on testosterone. Y'all missed a whole chapter of my life. It was so bad. It was emotionally, everything. It was awful. And if y'all want a video on testosterone and what it did to me and like the side effects and stuff, I will totally give y'all that. I can go through that whole stage of my life as a video, but that's a separate thing. But right now, I think I more identify as, I still tell people non-binary. I do use they, them pronouns sometimes, but I'm definitely more towards the feminine side. Please don't call me a man. Please don't call me a man. In the nicest way possible. Please don't call me a man. So yeah. And I think my voice is honestly one of my biggest insecurities, because I present so femininely now. I dress very femininely. I've grown my hair out, as you can tell. So my voice is one of my bigger insecurities, but I don't think a lot of people notice it as much as I do. However, I will say on the phone, I get sirred a lot, and I don't get upset at the person that did it. I more take it as an internal hit, because I know they didn't mean it, but you hear man, you say man, right? Like, that's just how it is. Okay, next question. What do you think you misunderstood about yourself a year ago? I'm sorry, Bailey is sitting right in front, just right out of frame of the camera, and she's staring at me, and it's making me uncomfortable. I think, a year ago, I think I misunderstood that I needed to be with somebody to be happy. A year ago today, I was living in a studio apartment. I had just kicked my ex out, and I was miserable, and I was sleeping with people every chance I got. And I was really just trying to fill like a hole in my heart, I think. And I guess I really didn't grasp that I can be happy by myself, and if I look for love, that it's okay for it to not be intense, right? Like, it's okay for it to not be this gut-wrenching, spiraling, adrenaline-rushing feeling. It's okay to just like somebody, right? And I don't really think I understood that a whole lot a year ago. Yeah. I said I wasn't going to get deep. That was kind of deep. What's been draining you lately that you don't talk about much? I think probably what drains me the most right now is trying to prove to everybody that I can do it on my own. Because that's really only ever been my only motivation to do anything, is to show people that I can live on my own. I can pay my own bills. I can get these certifications and these degrees, and I can do everything on my own. And I know logically that sometimes it's okay to ask for help. I know that. It's okay to not be able to do it sometimes. But emotionally, I can't let myself do that. Like, all the time growing up, my dad would tell me, be self-sufficient, don't rely on a man, be self-sufficient. And I know what he meant by that. I know he meant, be able to take care of yourself. But I feel like I may have taken it very literally, and I kind of engraved it in myself that I am all I have, and I need to be able to take care of myself completely, independently. And a lot of people from the outside, they see me and they're like, oh, independent woman, yes, queen. And yeah, independent woman. I have a car, I have an apartment, I have a job. Like, I take care of myself. I stand on my own 2 feet. But it does get very draining sometimes. And sometimes it's nice to have someone just take over without being asked, but like in a non-committed way, if that makes any sense at all. What feels uncertain in your life right now? I think everything, really. Like, I don't know. I'm considering maybe buying a house in a few months to a year. I'm uncertain about that because I don't even know if I'm still going to be living in the same city even though I just moved here. Oh my god. Because it's so hot all the time. And like, I don't know. I'm uncertain about what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to buy a house. I know I'm still super young. So that is something I'm taking into consideration when buying a house. Or if I want to stay here, if I want to move. I don't even know if I want to stay in Texas. Honestly, the cost of living is a lot cheaper than anywhere else, but it's Texas. And I feel like I don't need any more explanation on that. What do you think you deserve in relationships versus what you actually accept? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I said it wasn't gonna be deep. That's what she said. I feel like in relationships, I feel like I deserve at least the bare minimum. Like, I'm not a great person. I'm sure that I have flaws that I don't know about. And I've definitely done my fair share of awful things in a relationship. I don't know. I feel like the universe is very karmic, and I feel like, honestly, in a relationship, I probably just deserve the bar. like, just the bottom. But I'll accept anything, really. I hate thinking about that. A guy bought me flowers the other day, and I almost cried in front of him. Because while it wasn't the first time I've ever received flowers, it was the first time I received flowers. You know what I mean? Like the way he smiled when he handed them to me, I don't know. I've never got that before. Like, I've I've got flowers. I had to ask for them. I had to beg. I had to break up with the person I was with just to get the flowers, and even then they were not flowers I like. And that sounds so selfish and bitchy, but when you're dating someone for 4 years, you know what kind of flowers they like. It's really stupid. But yeah, I'm definitely a lot better than I was about the relationship thing. Um, I've started telling myself, would my future husband do this? And it has helped a lot with my standards. Um, because I'm getting to that. I don't want to say I'm getting to that age. I'm getting up there, where I'm starting to like. I don't really want to play around anymore. I don't just want to sleep with guys and get hurt and then go in a circle over and over again. Like, that's pointless. I want to find somebody to be happy with, like, for long term. Um, but yeah, I'm starting to get more sturdy in my boundaries too. Like, I don't let people talk to me like they used to. So that's good. Keep that. Um, Next question. Who in your life makes you feel the most yourself? Oh my god, y'all. Mood switch. So, my best friend, Casey. Oh, I love her so much. Insert picture of Casey. I love her so much. She's my best friend. I moved away, so I don't see her near as often, but we used to see each other almost every day. And she's the mother of my beautiful goddaughter. My baby. I mean, not my baby, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. No, literally, she, like, I can be myself around her. And she's that friend who she's always down. Always down. Like, she's always has my back too. Like, I could hit somebody with a car and she'd be like, yeah, because why wouldn't you? And I'm like, exactly. Okay. I love her so much. She's like a consistent best friend in my life. I love her so much. What are you afraid won't happen for you? I think I'm afraid that I will never leave Texas. That's a big one. I'm afraid that I'm never going to be able to do anything with my art. I've always really wanted to sell my art or become an animator, video game design, things like that. And I think I'm afraid that I won't do that. Which is really, really awful to think about because I put so much time and effort into my art, and I think I'm afraid it won't happen because I'm so busy with school right now. School and work. By the way, 2 full-time things, don't recommend. But yeah, I think I'm so busy with everything that art just gets kind of pushed to the side sometimes, and it really freaks me out that if it's so easy for me to push it to the side right now, what if I just never do anything with it because I keep pushing it to the side? So, that's cool. How do you see yourself? I want to say I try to be very gracious with myself. I know that it doesn't sound like it from the things I've probably said in this video. But I do try. Like, I see myself as very kind, loving. Like, I really try to just give people what I would want, you know, treat others the way you'd want to be treated. I'm very big in believing the give what you get rule. Or get what you give. Yeah. I see myself as very outspoken but quiet, like quietly outspoken, I guess. But I can also be very loud. I'm very very goofy. I guess, as you've seen from my other videos, very spontaneous. I have a very big mindset of why not. You know, like if someone asks me to do something, 9 times out of 10 my response is going to be, you know what, why not? How do you think other people see you? I think other people probably see me as annoying. Loud. Probably a little dumb sometimes. I don't really understand stuff super easily. I don't know why. I think it might be the autism, I don't know. But like I just don't understand a whole lot. Sometimes it takes me a second to get something, and I feel like a lot of people just think I'm a little stupid. And sometimes people joke about it, you know? Like they'll be like, you're just a little slow, it's okay. And it is a joke, and I laugh, haha funny, but it does kind of hurt a little bit. Because, you know, I don't want to be slow, but, like, I guess if you're saying it must be true, you know? I'm really trying to work on the annoying part. I very overanalyze everything I do. I feel like everything comes across... the worst possible way when I say it. So, I'm always thinking... Like, I'm hyper thinking about it. Like, I'll say something, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, that could come off as me manipulating this person to do something else that's completely unrelated. And it just starts spiraling. But, you know, working on that. What do you think life will look like in 1 year? Oh my god, this goes back to the uncertainty. I don't know. I want to say in 1 year, probably not gonna live in this apartment. Which I'm not going to be mad if I still do. Not going to be mad if I do. But I really want to move. Because currently I live in the Houston area. I want to move more around the area. Kind of just experience things, you know. Like I really want to live in a high-rise apartment at some point. I feel like I would hate that almost immediately. Because of traffic. But it's an experience, you know? No, I think in a year I'll still have my job that I have now. I'll definitely be getting paid a lot more. And I might be in a relationship. I might not, you know. Things always work out differently than what you think they might. But overall, I think I'll be happier. I've made a lot of growth in the past few months to a year. And I think that I'll be... Like, I don't see the growth just stopping, you know? I think that I'll be significantly happier in a year. Especially if I just stay on the path that I'm on right now. I have 2 more questions, y'all. And they're a little goofy. Not goofy, but they're not as serious, okay? We gotta end it on a soft note. That's what she said. Okay. What is a hill that you would die on? Okay. Oh my god, I had one in my head when I wrote the question. The hill that I would die on is probably there's always a way. There's always an alternate way to do something. There's always a way to do something, even if it may not be the most conventional way. There is always a way. And that goes for stupid things, big things, little things, everything. There is always a way. Like, if you're making a PB&J and all of your kitchen knives are dirty and you don't want to wash them, use a spoon. There is always an alternate way. It may not be conventional, it may not be convenient, but there is always a way if you really, really want something hard enough. And I apply that to almost everything in my life, and I get looked at Like I'm crazy for it on the daily. Last question here. Last question. This has been a longer video than anticipated and probably the longest one on my channel, but I'm proud of you for sticking through it. If someone watched your life as a show, what would they think the plot is? I think that if someone watched my life as a show, they would probably see the plot as a lot of self-discovery, a lot of growth, a lot of me heavily relying on myself, like mentally and emotionally. I'm not even sure what the plot would be. Girl becomes boy, and then boy becomes girl, and then girl move and move and move. Lots of emotional turmoil for sure. I think if my life was a show, it would be a happy show, but kind of with sad undertones. Yeah, okay. Oh, what's it called? It's not, I don't know if it's Dave. But it's like Dave can go F himself. I don't think it's Dave though. I'll put a picture of the thing here on what it is. That would be my life. Not the plot of the show itself, but just the vibe and the weight of it. That would be probably how my show would go, my life. Because, like, sometimes it's this funny sitcom and sometimes it's this drama. This very depressing, sad, heartfelt drama. And I feel like I'm always kind of teetering on the edge of both, you know? As one does. Well, that was my questions for myself, I guess. I may do another video with these exact same questions in, like, 3 years. I don't know. But, yeah. Stay tuned for that in 3 years.